Last year, I took the plunge into the world of fiction writing by way of a new option through Amazon KDP called Kindle Vella. This serialized reading platform allows authors to publish short episodes from 600 to 5,000 words apiece. Now, I've had some time to reflect on my experience using Kindle Vella to distribute my debut horror fiction series, Infestate. And while I was originally hopeful for Kindle Vella to grow and become a viable option for all authors, I have many reservations that led to my departure from the platform. Now, I'm going to share why I'm done with Kindle Vella in today's podcast. Hey, just a really quick shout out here. Whether you're looking to get a high quality cover design, beautiful interior layout, or marketing materials, our sponsor Miblart has you covered. The best part is you have no prepayment for custom covers, a quick turnaround for the first draft within 7 to 10 business days. Heck, I actually got mine in 3 to 4. Ideas generation if you're lacking any creativity, and unlimited revisions. Now, to get 10% off your order at Miblart, use the coupon code DALE10 when you visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/Miblart. But that's not the end of it here, folks. You can now enter for a chance to win a book cover redesign by Miblart when you visit dalelinks.com/giveaway. This is a pretty big deal here, folks. One lucky winner will get a cover overhaul and a spotlight in an upcoming video. The deadline is May 11, 2023, but you can still enter to win one of 4 big giveaways with the final prize of a premium cover design worth, ready for this, over $700. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And they're going to be doing that in the 4th installment of this giveaway. So again, visit dalelinks.com/giveaway to enter today. You will not regret it. Definitely looking forward to seeing who's going to be the winner, because on that day, I'm actually going to announce it there. All right, so Kindle Vella launched in July of 2021 to KDP account holders in the US. Now, it's just in the United States here, folks, and it continues to be in the US. Authors can publish short serialized work of about 600 to 5,000 words. Fairly simple, right? The only thing an author needs is a series description of up to 500 characters and a square story image. Now, the story image is essentially like the cover design. It's got to be 1600 by 1600 as a minimum. There's no text necessary. In fact, they even encourage don't put any text on it. And they have one universal image for all of the episodes. Now, why is this nice? Well, it's less overhead versus publishing each episode as a short story and having to get a new cover for each one. Now, readers buy tokens to unlock episodes of any Kindle Vella series. Now, the token cost varies based on the bundle they purchase. Right now, it's 200 tokens for about $1.99, 525 tokens for $4.99, 1,100 tokens for about roughly $9.99, 1,700 tokens, that's the top tier, for $14.99. Now, typically, whenever I bought tokens for Kindle Vella, I usually went ahead and did the top tier. I've done that twice, and it's gotten me pretty far. I've gotten to read quite a bit over on Kindle Vella. Now, the cost of each episode depends solely on the total word count, which is 1 token per 100 words. As an example, a 600-word episode will be 6 tokens, whereas a 5,000-word episode is going to cost 50 tokens, a little bit more expensive. Now, authors get 50% of the token value. Is your head spinning yet? Because I know if you're new to this whole concept, it's a lot of stuff to take in. KDP gave an example, and this is exactly what they said. If an episode is 3,000 words and a customer purchased a 200 token bundle, to get the 3,000 words, they would need to pay 30 tokens. So you take the 30 tokens and you multiply it by essentially what's going to be the package. So if they ended up getting the 200 tokens, that's about $1.99, which comes out to about 0.00995 cents per token. Yeah, then you multiply that by 50%. So essentially for 30 tokens at the 200 token level, that's going to be about roughly less than 15 cents. Now, if that same episode is purchased with the 1,100 tokens bundle, well, that's 30 tokens, and you've got it multiplied by $9.99. That's divided by 1,100 tokens, which comes out to about 0.0091 cents per token, and you get that 50% of that, and it's going to be about roughly a little less than 14 cents. So you're dealing with something that's between 13 to 15 cents when it's all said and done. Now, authors stand more to gain from smaller bundle purchases. I think you probably figured that out. The larger bundle purchases, obviously, they're getting a little bit of a discount, but it's so minute, it really doesn't add up to much. Now, a side note, real quick here, because I was actually in 20 Books Vegas and I had the pleasure of sitting in when the Kindle Vella team came in to talk a little bit about Kindle Vella. And one of the things they had mentioned to the attendees that the sweet spot for a lot of episodes that perform really well is between 1,500 to 2,500 words. That means it's going to roughly cost your reader 15 tokens to 25 tokens to unlock your episode if you're in that area. All right, so who is Kindle Vella for? Now, it's supposed to be for every author, but it's become abundantly clear this is not a platform for everyone. There are no bestsellers for Vella. In fact, there's not even a bestseller system. The ranking is all determined by the readers through faves. Now, faves work kind of like this. Essentially, any buying reader, meaning that they're not getting anything for free, because there are free tokens out there, by the way. But anybody that has purchased and redeems a token on an episode are allowed to have one favorite series that they can appoint per week. Favorite meaning fave. So at any rate, when they vote for that person, hopefully it puts them into the top faved series that's over on the platform. And I think, and I'm sorry, I'm just remembering this off the top of my head. I think there's like the top 250 top faved episodes. It could be more, it could be less. Either way, it just displays who is the top fave in a given time period. But who's bringing the readers to the platform? That's the biggest question. Now, first of all, established authors with a following. I think I've mentioned this name numerous times before, but you have someone like Audrey Carlin, who is a pretty big, prolific romance author who brought her readership on over there and just dominated the platform for the longest time. Now, she slipped from that top spot since, and there's been some others that have replaced her, but she's just a great example of an established author bringing her following with her. Now, the other type of authors, it's going to be an author with a marketing budget that doesn't include using Amazon ads, because Amazon ads will not work with Kindle Vella right now. I hope it unlocks soon enough, but right now our hands are tied. The only way we're going to be able to send traffic is through some website promos or through something like, say, Facebook ads. And the other one that it works for is authors working with other authors to manipulate the system. Yes, it happens. Quite a few groups work as a marketplace for authors to work with other authors to unlock and like episodes, then fave a series. All exchange is based in it's just essentially, it's very public. I mean, you can go into some forums and you can go into some Facebook groups where people are just doing screenshots. They're not even bothering with covering the fact that they're manipulating the system, sharing screenshots and proof of their illicit activities. Oh, I'm going to get to that one in a little bit here, because if you're one of those authors, shame. So at any rate, and the other one's going to be some advertising done by Kindle Vella. Any of the authors that are, just sending some, readers through other forms of ads and such, which I just briefly touched on. They aren't just sitting around waiting for readers, but I'd be curious to know how many readers are they bringing versus the other authors. So why did I publish my content to Kindle Vella? Because you hear me griping and complaining about some stuff. So let's discuss what brought me to there. Now, I had already decided before even going into 2022, I was going to start writing fiction work. That was going to be the thing I was going to really get into. And my thought was, instead of just going full novel out the gate or a novella, I thought, Kindle Vella seemed like the best solution. 600 words to 5,000 words. I could easily write that in a given day. Now, I thought to myself, okay, what if I could monetize my homework? What if I worked with a writing coach, who I discussed in the previous podcast, by the way? This seemed like a good solution, a way to kind of subsidize the money it would take to edit my stuff or to pay for the writing coach. It was also a less expensive option. Let's just face it. There's only one cost for a cover. Just do the cover once. Then you have one description for the series. Great. And then you have less cost for editing versus a full-length release, as I kind of mentioned before. Now, why am I done with Kindle Vella? Many reasons, and you might agree with a few of these, and there's a lot here. So this is going to be the meat of today's podcast here. There's no global distribution. It's US only right now. And that's been my biggest gripe since day one, because if you are not a KDP account holder based in the US, you cannot publish to Kindle Vella. If you are somewhere outside of the US and you want to read Kindle Vella, forget it. You're not going to be able to read it. So that global distribution has greatly hampered their ability to expand. And I think that somebody that might be above the Kindle Vella team should really think about expanding this, because this project is going to die on the vine if we don't see that distribution open up even more. Now, that's just my opinion here, folks. You could disagree with me if you wish, but I think that having global distribution is going to make a huge difference for authors and readers alike. Now, my biggest gripe also is going to be the 50% royalty. Now, it's not horrible. If you just look at 50% royalty, it's not bad, considering that like the lowest price that you get, or the lowest royalty, is going to be 35% for ebooks via KDP and their normal ebooks. Now, it's not horrible, but the thing is, you don't determine the retail cost. No author can begin to make an honest living from token redemption alone. Let's just face it. 14 to 15 cents for, an episode that's been redeemed for 3,000 words. That just doesn't pay the bills. But some people will make the argument that's where bonus pool comes in, Dale. Okay, that's great. But that's my next issue, is the bonus pool payouts. The payout is based on customer activity like free and paid token redemptions, phase, follows, and the total number of Vella stories. Now, that's verbatim of what KDP says on their help page. The issue is it's mired in controversy and dark theories. Some Vella authors claim they were getting free unlocks for a month, but never paid a cent from the bonus pool. What gives? If there's free unlocks, it was even stated at one point that we would be paid through the bonus pool for unlocks. Now, I'm going to come back to that one in just a little bit here. My other gripe, and this is not just as me as an author, this is as a reader, because I'm going away from that platform, not only as an author, but also a reader, because the recommendation system sucks. It is just horrible, because I sat there reading a horror series by one of my favorite authors, enjoying it, and every single time it came to the end of his series or the last episode in the series, I would swipe up and they would recommend top fave books that were not even in the same category. That's just goofy. If you do it on Kindle, when you're doing KDP, normal ebooks, what ends up happening is you swipe, it will give you recommendations within that niche. I don't want to read romance or erotica if I'm reading horror. And the same thing could be said if I want to read science fiction fantasy, I don't feel like being served erotica content. That's just goofy. The recommendations system, it's just hot trash for a reader. And it's also super frustrating because authors that are brand new coming to the platform have no way for it to be recommended to them. Because, well, we're not getting enough faves, and if we don't get enough faves or we get enough likes or anything else like that, it's not going to be served. This recommendation system is absolutely broken. You can't convince me otherwise. Now, the next thing is it's nearly inaccessible. Kindle Vella is like trying to find it. Where's Waldo? How are readers supposed to find the Kindle Vella platform? And you might make the argument someone can probably do the drop down in the search window and they'll find Kindle Vella and get it there. Most people who show up on Amazon's platform aren't thinking about doing that drop down. A lot of insiders, maybe, but not a lot of the readers. They just type in what they're looking for and try to find it. When readers discover this option, are we leaving too much to their imagination also? So let's say we send them over to Kindle Vella. This is still new, folks. Even though it started back, already we're going nearly on 2 years, readers are still trying to figure it out. I've even brought it up to a couple people where I'm like, hey, my stuff's available on Kindle Vella. They're like, what? Just let me know when it's out on print or audiobook. I'll go get it. They don't want to bother with Kindle Vella because it's a new concept and it's a new system. You got to buy tokens and you have to redeem the tokens, but only so many tokens will get it. And if you got so many words, readers don't understand that. In fact, quite a few low reviews on some of the top fave Kindle Vella series comes from the fact that they don't like being nickel and dime to death. Hey, the readers are speaking loud and clear. And this has been said so many times. Some of them even say, hey, I've enjoyed this, but I don't appreciate the fact that I'm going to have to spend a ton of money in order to actually get through the series. They'd rather just have the full series via KDP. One upfront cost, one series, easy peasy for them. Now, my next gripe, news and updates only through the KDP forums. Yeah, embarrassingly enough, and I publicly apologize for this, and I'll say it again. Back in November this past year, I went on a full-on rant. Oh, and I spoke super misinformed, and I didn't do my research as fully as I could have because there was a lot of information on the KDP forums. And there's the problem. KDP forums, all right, if you've never been familiar with it, just go over to the KDP dashboard, it says community, click on that, and you got the forums. The issue is it's riddled with snarky, cynical, and condescending folks. I've seen numerous instances where authors are looking for a simple answer, but are berated for not following some unwritten etiquette. They're there to define things out. Why are you attacking them? That makes zero sense. I don't want to go to that forum because it's toxic. It's negative. What would make you think that I want to go there just to be beat up? I have a Discord community and wouldn't begin to allow authors to talk to other authors in such a negative and unsupportive tone. Oh man, KDP forums, that's where you've got to find out everything about Vella. You got to find out about the monthly bonus pool, how much it was. Yeah, you do get an email to let you know that, hey, the bonus pool is ready and you're going to be able to see it inside your dashboard. But beyond that, you have to go to the forums to figure out what was the monthly bonus pool. And to be honest with you, you just got to trust that you're being paid appropriately according to the bonus pool because there's, again, no formula that's made public. Heck, I don't even know if the Kindle Vella team even knows how that even works. Like, what is that formula? Because it's beyond all of us. Now, my other issue is, and I've said this already earlier, is no Amazon advertising support. Yeah, I like Amazon advertising, and I've used it on a number of my publications, and I feel very restricted not having the ability to use Amazon ads to drive traffic to my Kindle Vella series. Hey, Amazon, I want you to take my money. I'm insisting it. Now, if you know how to use Facebook ads, you're good to go. Good luck getting potential readers to understand the Vella concept, because if you're sending them cold over from Facebook over to Vella, they're going to be scratching their head. Now, I'm sure there are some authors that are killing it with Facebook ads. I know a couple of people that had some really good success with that. Facebook ads are beyond me, folks. I don't understand them. I only know Amazon ads. That's exactly where I'm going to, and there's no sense in me throwing money down the well only to find out that I'm not getting any readers. Now, my other issue, and this is one that it just tweaks me. And I've talked about it before. It's the rampant abuse through unlocks, likes, faves, and this is all manipulations. Now, folks, pay attention to this. According to their help page, they said, we're always looking to improve our author's experience. We have systems in place to monitor for potential manipulation. Yeah, folks over on the forums and over in the Facebook groups that are doing these author swaps of unlocking for unlock and doing like for like, they're watching you. Enjoy your day in the sun, scammers. Just a friendly reminder, KDP is known for withholding earnings and in some extreme cases, debiting back earnings that were obtained fraudulently. Let that sit with you for a while you're sitting here thinking about, let me work this system. Don't believe me? Good. You will soon enough. Now, other one, free token redemptions. Now, I understand that they're going to want to get people to read things. So giving them free access makes sense. In fact, the first 3 episodes of every season, of every single series that you have out there, first 3 episodes are always going to be free. You aren't going to be paid a dime for that. Okay, that's fine. That's almost like the first 10% of a book. I'm okay if it brings in more readers. But there are some instances where, say, Kindle Unlimited readers, or even just somebody browsing on Kindle Vella, they're going to be giving free tokens to them. Now, last year, at least I think it was all the way up to about March of this year. Sorry if I'm misspeaking about the specific timeline on this one here, but you were actually getting paid for the free token redemptions. Now, I'm not talking about the free episodes, but the free token redemptions. So if someone got 500 free tokens and they redeemed it on your stuff, you were going to get paid at the 200 token level, which means the highest possible level that you can get paid at, like just less than 15 cents, when it was like 30 tokens per episode or whatever. So they kept kicking the can further down the road until more recently, we don't see anything about free token redemptions. Now, free token redemption is factored into the confusing bonus pool payout, as they would say, because obviously it's being unlocked, but you're not getting paid for it. You're getting paid through the bonus pool, and you just hope that it's going to happen. Let's talk about the stagnant bonus pool here as well. I know $1 million is nothing to sneeze at. It really isn't. I mean, that's a lot of stinking money. Does it have anything like the KDP Select Global Fund? No, but that got built for years upon years. But it's been staying consistently at about $1 million since about December of 2022. I think it was $975,000 in November, and it might have been $1 million before that. Could be off on those ones, just remembering off the top of my head. But the thing is, the Vella platform is continually bringing in new authors, which means more competition, which means that the piece of the pies have grown even smaller. They're not lacking content now, folks. They're lacking readership to continue supporting authors who upload to the platform. $1 million. Can you imagine? There keeps getting more people coming in and dipping into that pool. This is why a lot of those payouts have been getting increasingly smaller. Go look over in the KDP forums. You'll see a lot of people scratching their heads trying to figure out. They've been doing better for their unlocks, but for whatever reason, they're getting less payouts. Well, it makes sense because there are more authors coming to the platform, taking more pieces of that pie. So I've kind of berated them a little bit up till now. Let's talk about the things that they're getting right. Their new reader feature rollouts, amazing. Chef's kiss. I loved it when they rolled out polls. More recently, they rolled out comments. That's really neat. I didn't notice till recently that they actually are prompting for reviews when someone finishes up an episode. You swipe up, it'll have the stars there, and they can go ahead and vote for that. That part I was a little bit miffed about that there wasn't there. It could have been my Kindle reading device, but I do know more recently when I went through a couple episodes this past weekend, I found that that review status was there. That's kind of cool. I like that, especially since we aren't able to build an email list from Kindle Vella. So we can't just prompt up a email list that we don't have to go leave reviews or anything else like that. Sure, we could do that. So it's nice that they have something organically built in. The overall concept is sound to me. Short form content is huge right now. I mean, gosh, it seems like everybody has the attention of a housefly. It's very popular over in TikTok. I mean, good Lord, there are people that are watching short form content. In fact, so much so Instagram Reels rolls out, YouTube Shorts rolls out. Short form content is doing really, really good. All righty. I'm going to give you some of my final thoughts here in just a second. Before I do, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Miblart. Get 10% off your order at Miblart when you use the coupon code DALE10 at dalelinks.com/Miblart. And also, for a limited time, enter for a chance to win a book cover redesigned by Miblart when you visit dalelinks.com/giveaway. One lucky winner will get a cover overhaul and a spotlight in an upcoming video. The deadline is May 11, 2023, but you can still enter to win one of 4 big giveaways with the final prize of a premium cover design worth $700. Again, visit dalelinks.com/giveaway to enter today. You will not regret it. I am so looking forward to one of you winning it. All right, so final thoughts. Who is Kindle Vella really for? Now, obviously, they're for readers, people that want to read short form content. But as far as authors go, established authors for sure. If you are established, you've got an email list, you've got a devoted following, you've got a backlog of books, it makes totally sense. It really does. Someone like a good friend of mine, Sylvia Hubbard, makes complete sense for her to continue to do Kindle Vella. She continues to be one of the top faved authors on the platform. I'm not sure if that's fallen off since, but she was a top faved of Kindle Vella author. She took advantage of that situation and it made sense. It really built and it really nurtured her community of readers. And I think it did. So if you're an established author, for sure, go for it. Authors with a marketing budget. If you can be able to do any type of promotional services through websites or even Facebook ads, it's for you. Absolutely. Now, if you're looking to do it passively, if you're just looking to upload that and with the expectations that someone is going to stumble over it like they do for KDP and any of the ebooks, forget about it. Remember I told you the recommendation system is completely busted? Well, if you're not getting any unlocks and you're not bringing any readers, if you're not bringing someone to the party, Kindle Vella don't care. It doesn't care about you. It's just a cold, hard fact. If you don't bring people to the party, they have no interest in pushing you. And so with that being said, it's just not for me. I'm more interested in publishing content where I can control the pricing, increase discoverability through sales, and have my work recommended along other books in my niche. Now, I reached out to Virginia Miller. She's the head of Kindle Vella for a comment, and I'm waiting to speak with her one-on-one about Kindle Vella very soon. Stay tuned as I hope to get something finalized by June 2023, and hopefully you guys will get some more details from the head of Kindle Vella herself. Now, next week, we'll be talking about how to write a book with no money, and I'll catch you then.